An important aspect of a course map is alignment. And here's the website we're going to look at here in a minute. And here's an image, a graphic. Where have we seen this before? You got course outcomes, module outcomes, and our assessments, learning activities, and learning materials. Does this look familiar to anyone? Okay, well, this is another version of what we just looked at, which is understanding by design and the backward design process. It's just written in a different way, but it's the same process. So let's take a look at this website. And this is the alignment. This is actually, we'll go look at the whole website. This is coursemapguide.com, and it has a lot of great resources. Has getting started. What is a course map? Backward design, the process, curriculum and analysis, and then it helps you go through mapping your course. So what is a course map? Well, it's a visual overview of all the components of your course, and it's a visual representation of the structure of your course. And it's structured based upon the course learning objectives broken down into learning units. Each module is broken down in its components. So the same components, regardless of what you name it, whether you name it a module or a unit or a topic or a week, all of them have the same components, which is module outcomes that are connected to course learning objectives. They have assessments, your instructional materials, any kind of activities, and they're all mapped to show alignment. And they use backward design. So that's where a course map connects. Why should you create or consider creating a course map? Well, first of all, it presents an overall view, 30,000-foot view of your course. It demonstrates alignment and how everything connects. It helps you find holes or misalignment. And I'll give you an example of this. This summer, I sat down and I decided to create a course map of the previous year's Certified Online Instructor course. And I'm glad I did it because I myself found a couple of misalignments, or in one case, we said we were doing something we weren't doing. So I had to change my material, update the objectives, make sure that everything matched and that faculty were doing everything that we said they were doing. So I'm glad I did it. It helps IDs like me and Hung Wei see your course design and how we can best support you in course development. How can we best support you in your course? It helps curriculum developers see how all the courses within the program connect to the program's greater whole. So another example of this is a few years ago, JSU started a respiratory therapy program. And I remember walking into Ed Goodwin's office, and he had these giant Post-it notes posted across the room on all the walls, and each one had the program, the respiratory therapy program learning outcomes, and connected to the course learning outcomes or objectives in each course. And that was his overall starting process in order to then create each course and create a course map. So here's some resources for creating a course map. We just looked at this website, the Online Course Map Guide. It's a great site. It also has a Word document template. We'll take a look at that. And here's their version of the course map template. So you've got your name, instructor, designer name if you're working with the ID, your course learning outcomes, your materials, and then you have your module title, your associated course learning outcomes, your unit outcomes, any kind of assessments and rubrics, any kind of activities, and then your instructional materials. Now, we also have one that we've created. This is our version. It's very similar. And there are steps, it walks you through the steps. Here's your course learning objectives or outcomes. And then step 3, your modules, your MLOs. You would also add your course learning objectives here as well, if you wanted to connect them. Activities, assignments, and resources. And then here is a completed version of the CLI course that I just talked about. So here all the course learning objectives or outcomes. And then here are my units. So here's unit 0, which is regular and substantive interaction. Then I have my module learning objectives, my steps listed here. And beside it, I have which course learning objectives they connect to. So this is connected to 8 and 12. And 8 is here and 12 is here. And then my activities here, they're going to read the lesson. I've created an interactive lesson using software called Rise. And for this one, all the assignments, the assessments they're going to do is there's a quiz with it. So this is more of a formative assessment than a summative. And then here are the technologies and resources that I need. The Rise lesson, the quiz, and references and citations, which are located within the Rise lesson. Here is module 1, which we just looked at. And earlier, for simplification, I took out CLO 5 and just had 1. But it's the same thing. Here is the module title. Here are my steps, and they're connected to the course learning objective 1 and 5, which are up here. 1 and 5. And then here's the activities they're going to do. Here are the assessments that they're going to do, the quiz, and then a profile picture. Here are my materials and resources. And there are others who have more activities. So if exist in this one has 2 activities, and this one has 3 assignments. So each one can be different based upon the needs of that unit. You can also have modules that go over multiple weeks, topics that go multiple weeks, and you can have course learning objectives that are addressed in multiple modules. So for example, you see here's 1 and 2. Well, I'm addressing CLO 1 and 5 in both of these. So you can address them multiple times. So this is the course map for the entire course.